Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 3 of Emergence. We are focusing on that theme for March. So the previous 2 flows are each about 30 minutes, and I've set this up so that you can do them together and they kind of compound, building off of the previous one, or they can all be standalone flows as well. So we are in week 3, and today's posture that we are adding in that is kind of the next level of what we've been building is Warrior 3, which is a balancing posture. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Now, if you've tuned into the other 2 flows already, the other 2 classes, or you are here for the first time, I do start all of these classes with a short meditation and a breathing. It just sets the foundation for the rest of the flow. Now, obviously, you are home, comfy, wherever you are doing this at. So do what you need to do. And I always tell my students that if you lose your place or you lose your focus, just gently bring your mind back to the present moment. My name is Krysta. I'll be guiding you through this Vinyasa flow today, and I'm so glad that you're here. So with that, go ahead and start to find a comfortable place. For me, I'm going to remain seated in Sukhasana, easy seat. For you, though, I encourage you to find a shape that feels supportive yet relaxing. This posture can be laying down, it can be on your belly, your side. You can join me in seated. And wherever you end up, just note if your body can fully relax here. There shouldn't be any alarm bells or pain or tension. And if there is, make any of those adjustments that you need to now. Once you have found that comfortable place and your body feels like it can start to settle, just notice how your body feels here. Notice how your energy feels. Notice if there's any distractions that might come up. I know for me, when I do yoga at home, it's always looking out for the mailman or, looking to see if somebody's going to come knock on your door, or if you live rurally, it's where are the kids or where are the dogs? So I encourage you to let those distractions be a part of your practice today, but also do your best to stay present. Allow those distractions to have a place, but not on your mat. Notice your energy start to settle. And I want you to actively let go of anything that you might still be hanging on to, or maybe anything that is kind of lingering at the edges of your mind. You really don't need to hang on to those for the next several minutes. Taking just a couple intentional breaths here. Today we are talking about pruning. And I think that it is right up with the theme of emergence, because in order for us to emerge, both personally and professionally, we need to prune. Just like the bushes in our front yard or in the garden, those plants don't grow to be their best selves without a little bit of pruning, without snipping off those smaller branches, the smaller leaves. So I want to encourage you to think about in your own life, where can you prune? Where can you cut those little branches that are taking up space? Where can you cut the leaves that are soaking up essential nutrients that could be going to another area of growth for you? So as your eyes maybe gently close here, I want you to think about those areas in your life now. Where can you cut back? Where can you take the shears and snip off those little branches, snip off those leaves, cut off the dead weight, and allow yourself the opportunity to grow? As we move through our postures today, I'm going to gently bring you back to this idea of pruning. And when you are struggling to balance and you're working on your strength, I want you to imagine those leaves and those little branches just falling off and allowing yourself to root down in one main channel and really putting all of your energy into growing that true capital S self. And with that, let's take 3 big breaths to get started today. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out, let it go. Let's do one more. Inhale through the nose, really filling up the belly and expanding the rib cage. And exhale, let it go. Coming into our breathing for today's class, our Ujjayi breath. This is also called our victorious breath. And it's going to sound like the beach. It's going to sound like waves coming up and off the shore. So go ahead and gently seal your lips. And this breath, while it is a nose-only breathing, you're actually going to feel this more in your throat because you're going to add a slight constriction to the back of the throat. On the inhale, it's going to feel like you're sucking air through a straw. And on the exhale, it's going to feel like you're fogging up a mirror. Now, if you're new to this breath, just do your best. And if you stick with the nose-only breathing today, yes. If you want to give that Ujjayi breath a try, again, there might be a little bit of vibration, there might be a little bit of an audible sound with that breath, and all of that is okay. Allow yourself to find that breath here. Allowing this breath to create space in your body. Create space in your mind, your soul. And allow that space to give way to the things that need to be pruned. Allow this breath to shed light on the areas that you need to cut back. And maybe shed light on the areas that you need to focus on to grow. Let's take 3 more breaths here. One more breath. Gently letting go of that breath and making your way, slowly letting go of that breath. Opening your eyes and gently making your way to your backs, coming all the way down, finding a comfortable place. Let's get some good morning stretches here. Inhale, lift your hands above your head, point those toes, Really stretch your body out, lifting the lower back off the mat. And then gently let that go. Inhale, reach the fingers and the toes. And exhale, let that go. Let's do one more. Inhale, stretch and hold. Noticing how the lower back lifts off the mat here. Really opening up this rib cage for 3, 2, 1 more. Apanasa, wind relieving pose. Again, you're going to see a lot of similar postures as we move through these flows every month. And again, with the idea that you can get comfortable in these postures. And when I say the Sanskrit or I say the English name of the posture, you can start to familiarize yourself and start getting comfortable in your body, because that is really where the practice starts. Bringing this right leg to the outside of the rib cage. Give it a good squeeze. Maybe roll into this ankle. And then coming into a twist, Supta Matsyendrasana. Inhale this leg 90 degrees. And exhale, let it fall over to the left. You're going to feel this stretch in your lower back, maybe your mid-back. This right arm reaches out. And if you can, maybe take that gaze to the right thumb. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1 more. Inhale, coming back through center. Let's do all of that on the left. Inhale, this left leg up into your chest, Apanasana on the left. And then gently give this left leg a squeeze, bringing it to the outside of the rib cage. That knee is kind of coming up towards your armpit. Maybe you feel this in your hip flexor, and then go ahead and roll out that ankle. Making sure to breathe here. The breath remains a constant in our practice. So no matter whether we're balancing or building strength or flexibility, at the very core of it is our breath holding us there. For 3, 2, 1 more. Inhale this leg 90 degrees and exhale. Let it fall over to the right, coming into that Supta Matsyendrasana, that reclined half twist. And I want you to notice here and see if your right and left sides feel different. I know for me that my left side is significantly tighter. So this left knee might not make it to the mat. This left shoulder might not make it to the mat. And wherever you are is just fine. Allow yourself to breathe through it. Notice what you feel in your body. Taking one more breath here. Inhale, bringing this leg back up, coming through center and making your way to your seat. Inhale, knees to nose, and exhale, rolling yourself up and over to tabletop. Let's get some cat's cows here. Inhale, drops the belly, gaze goes up. Exhale, rounding out the spine through cat. Inhale, drops the belly. Exhale through cat. Go ahead and find some of your own movement here. I know for me, you can see me doing some barrel rolls right here, really getting into my rib cage by pushing those ribs out to the side, and then making my way through those cats and cows. Your girl has tight hips, so anytime I have a chance to get some extra movement, I take it, and I encourage you to do the same. Breathing here for 3, 2, 1 more. Coming into Parigasana gate pose, planting into the left hand. Right toes go out long, right or left toes point towards the behind us. Coming into Parigasana gate pose, planting into the left hand, right toes go long, and right arm reaches up and over towards the window. There's a window right in front of me at the top of your mat. Gaze goes up, really feeling the length on this right side. Come back to your breath. Where can you prune? Where can you cut back? For 3, 2, 1 more. Ekapada Balasana, single-legged child's pose. Sweeping this right arm across. This should be fairly familiar as we have done this the last couple. Forehead comes down to the mat. Notice what you feel here on the inside of this right thigh. Maybe your arms go long, or maybe your arms come out in front of you. Take what you need here. The goal of these postures is for you to get comfortable in your body, moving the way that your body needs you to move. Inhale, pressing yourself up, making your way back to tabletop, and doing all of that on the other side. Let's get some hip circles to start though. Inhale, shoulders out past the wrists. Exhale, take the hips over to the right, down to the left. Inhale, up and back to the right, down to the left. Big old hip circles, getting into those shoulders, the wrists, the elbows. When you're feeling good one way, switch directions. Going the other way. Again, really feeling what you need to feel here. We're moving everything around. Let's do one more circle here. Coming into Parigasana gate on the other side. So if you want to know, it's just the exact same posture, planting into the right hand this time instead of the left. Right arm reaches up and over. Gaze goes towards the ceiling as that left arm reaches. Come back to your breath. Notice what's opening. Notice where you feel the stretch. For 3, 2, 1 more. Single-legged child's pose. Inhale. Exhale, sweeping this left hand across. Bringing your head down to the mat. Resting here. Feeling that stretch on the inside of the left leg. Feeling the compression in the right. Breathing through it. For 3, 2, 1 more. Inhale, pressing yourself up, making your way back to center, coming to tabletop. Taking the first modified Vinyasa on our knees. Now, as we get into the second 2 weeks of every month, you're going to be seeing more of the Vinyasas added. The first 2 weeks are meant to be kind of a warm-up, just getting your body used to the foundation for the rest of the month. So the Vinyasas are always optional. You can always do them on your knees, whatever you need to do here, but they are meant to build heat. So if you feel yourself getting a little bit warm, my friends, that is the goal. So let's go ahead and get our first one here on our knees. Inhale, shoulders out past the wrists. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog, pedaling it out. Getting into those heels. Breathing here for 3, 2, 1 more. Moving into our Surya A, Sun Salutation A, low crescent lunge, bending into the right knee. Step this right foot all the way through those hands and drop that left knee down to the mat. Make any adjustments that you need to here, maybe widening that stance. When you're ready, inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. And then right here, start to really press these hips down towards your mat. Gaze goes up. Once you feel strong and stable here, go ahead and take some cactus arms, pulling those shoulder blades together for 3, 2, 1 more. Coming into half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, start to shift your weight into this right heel. Maybe make some adjustments. I like to scoot back a little bit. This right leg is straight. And I've said this before, but this is less of a sitting back as it is a hinging at the hips coming down towards your foot. Breathing for 3, 2, 1 more. All right, coming to a standing L. So shift your weight forward on this foot, tuck into the left, and big step up with that left foot. That left foot comes out behind you. Square up the hips the best that you can. Pressing into the right. And then do your best to lift your chin towards the top of the mat. This is considered a back bend. Breathing here. Inhale and exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale and exhale. Gently bringing this left foot to meet the right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. Exhale, hands come to heart center on Ujjayi Mudra. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. Exhale, dive it down, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, hop, step, float, Vinyasa, or rest. Inhale, shoulders out. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a minute here. And I totally understand if this is a lot of movement. And you might be coming to these flows, these classes, and thinking to yourself, I came here to relax. I came here to ease my mind, right? But I have to tell you, friends, that there is ease in movement and there is ease in building strength. And it doesn't matter what you think your body is or isn't capable of, you will build strength moving through these postures. And it's something that encouraged me to start this channel in the first place, was that I wanted people that were not in my class, in my studio, to have the same experience as those that are practicing with me. So I hope that you are putting in the effort, and if you are feeling it, I hear you, I see you, and that is the point. Stick with it, and let's do the other side. That is one bonus of being on YouTube, is that We can take these little breaks and I can give you these little pep talks to keep you going and keep you encouraged. So, all right, let's move to the other side. Low crescent lunge on the left. Bend into the left knee. Left foot steps all the way through those feet. Right knee comes down to the mat. Again, make any adjustments. If you were wobbly before, maybe move that foot out to the side and create a wider base. When you're ready, arms reach up, sweep up, and then sink those hips down towards the mat. Gaze goes up, shoulders drop out of the ears. And once you feel strong here, go ahead and cactus those arms, pulling the shoulder blades together, pushing the chest out towards the front of your mat. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1 more. Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. For the challenge, see if you can keep your hands lifted, grazing the mat, and then airplane those hands out behind you. If you're like Krysta, I'm not up for the challenge, you can bring your hands right down to the mat. And same thing on this side, less of a sitting back and more of a leaning forward towards this foot. Trying to keep your back straight here. Inhale. Exhale, see if you can fold a little bit deeper. Feeling the length on the back of this left leg. For 3, 2, 1 more. Coming into that standing L, shifting your weight forward on this left foot, pressing into those right toes, and taking a big step forward. Again, really this left foot is actively pressing into the mat. Do your best to square those hips up. I'm sure that mine do not look the most square. Everybody's hips are different, especially women's hips do funny things, so allow yourself to be where you are. If your foot kind of looks like this, yes. If you just have this kickstanded, yes. If you can get that foot up, yes. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, let the right foot meet the left. And inhale, half lift. Exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. Exhale, hands come to heart center, Ujjayi Mudra. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. Exhale, dive it down, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale. And exhale, hop, step, float it back. Vinyasa or rest. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Downward facing dog. Now friends, this is going to be an optional vinyasa. I call these quick and dirty vinyasas. So you will hear me do these in between, and they don't have any other postures with them. They're simply coming from the back of the mat to the top of your mat. Again, working on building some heat, not only in our bodies, but also mentally and emotionally. It's about creating resilience. So when you're ready, come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, hop, step, float to the top of the mat or the middle of your mat, wherever you are. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. Exhale, hands come to heart center, Ujjayi Mudra. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, dive down, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant those hands, step, hop, float it back, vinyasa or rest. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. See, that wasn't so bad. Moving it out. getting out all of that stuck energy. Now we're moving into a new part of the sequence. Everything that we have done up until this point, you can come down to your knees for a minute. Everything that we've done up until this point, we have done before. So in week 1, it was all mat work. Week 2, we added this last little Surya B. It was a little bit different, I think. A couple more postures, just mixing things up. So now we are adding our Surya B, our Sun Salutation B. Now, this is a little more intense than your Surya A, but with the same goal, right? To build heat, to build resilience. So move through, take in these new postures with a little bit of grace, a little bit of curiosity, do what you can, and just remember that at any time you can come back here, you can come to child's pose. The most important thing is that you breathe. When you're ready, coming back to downward facing dog, coming into a warrior 2 posture. Inhale, bending into the right knee. Exhale, step it through between those hands. Drop the left heel down and cartwheel these hands open. Now the goal, you can kind of see my back toes a little bit from this position. You want a deep bend in this right leg. Arms are out straight, shoulder blades are squeezing. Gaze goes over that right middle finger. And then see if you can gently close your eyes here. Your body is working. Holding here and breathing for 3, 2, 1 more. Coming into Kalyasana Goddess, turning those toes to the left, 2 straight legs, arms reach up, and then cactusing these arms behind you, and you're gonna kind of squat down. So for those that maybe go to the gym, this is almost like a sumo squat. Your heels are in, your toes are out, and then you're just bending at those hips, bringing this tailbone towards the mat. Chest is out. You're gonna feel this in your thighs, maybe your legs are shaking. You can do it for 3, 2, 1 more. Inhale, 2 straight legs, taking a bind at your lower back, so joining your hands behind you. Inhale, really press that chest forward, pulling the shoulder blades together, and then gently start to take a forward fold. This is Baddha Prasarita Padottanasana, bound wide-legged forward fold. Feeling the length happening on the back of these legs and actively pressing those hands up over your head. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1 more. Coming back to face the top of our mat, Anjaneyasana, high crescent lunge, dropping the bind, pivoting on those toes, arms reach up. We were in this lunge but on our knees earlier, so this shouldn't be too different for you. Gaze is up, shoulders out of the ears. This is where the strength comes in. This is where the breath comes in. This is where the work starts. Where can you prune? Where can you cut back so that you can grow even bigger? 1 more breath here. All right, coming into warrior 3. Sweeping these arms behind you. Big step up with this left foot. So you can see this left foot out behind me here. We are balancing on our right. Our arms are out behind us. Core is working. And then see if you can square those hips up. That kind of threw me off balance. So if you're like me and you wobble, yes, that means you are working, friend. It is hard to do this as you look at yourself in the camera. Breathing here for 3, 2, 1 more. Gently letting this left foot meet the right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. Exhale, hands come to heart center, Ujjayi Mudra. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. Exhale, dive it down, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hop step. Float it back, Vinyasa or rest. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, pressing it back. Coming into downward facing dog. Friends, we've just got that one side left. And then we will be on our way to a nice relaxing couple poses. Shavasana. When you're ready, warrior 2, we're on the left. Bending into the left knee. Inhale. Exhale, step that foot forward. Getting your back foot all set up here. Inhale, cartwheeling those hands up and through. And again, making any adjustments. Setting those feet up how you like. Deep bend into this front left leg. Shoulder blades squeeze together. And energetically pull your inner thighs together. Breathing here for 3, 2, 1 more. Coming into Kalyasana Goddess. Inhale, 2 straight legs, turning towards the right. Heels in, toes out. And then go ahead and sink down into that squat. Cactusing those arms behind you. And then see if you can tuck your tailbone. See my back is in a straight line. We're not squatting forward. We're keeping everything in a straight line here. Coming back to your breath. You might be getting warm. And that means you are moving some stuff around, my friend. Just notice. No judgment. Breathing for 3, 2, 1 more. Coming into that bound, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, 2 straight legs, arms reach up. Exhale for the bind. Inhale, press that chest forward, pulling the shoulder blades together. And exhale, take a forward fold. Head coming down. Letting the weight, letting gravity do the work here. See if you can pull those hands above your head. And this is one of those postures where every time you do it's going to be a little bit different. Your shoulders and your hips and your hamstrings are all going to have different levels of openness. So be gentle with yourself. 1 more breath here. Anjaneyasana, letting go of the spine, turning back towards the top of the mat, turning those feet. And on this back foot, that back heel is going to be lifted. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. Dropping the shoulders out of the ears, gaze goes up. A little bit more work here, friends. We're almost there. Breathing for 3, 2, 1 more. Here's that warrior 3. Arms sweep back. Big step up with that right foot. Maybe you kickstand it to start. Arms come out behind. And then do your best to square those hips up. We're not opening this up. That would be a half moon variation. So keeping those hips square, we're working on building core strength, balance. You're gonna wobble, you're gonna shake. Breathe through it. 1 more breath here. I can do it. When you're ready, gently right foot meets the left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. Exhale, hands come to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, dive it down, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hop, step, float it back. Vinyasa or rest. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Friends, that was our last vinyasa. Take any extra movement there that you want to. Maybe paddling and stepping. Maybe doing some twisting in those hips. This last few minutes in downward facing dog is yours. These last couple breaths in downward facing dog are your own. So whatever you feel like you need to get out, absolutely do that. And then when you're ready, making your way down to your seat, maybe crossing at the ankles, coming down onto your hip. We've just got 2 more postures, and we will be on our way to resting. When you're ready, feet come out in front. Inhale, reach towards the front of the mat. And exhale, coming all the way down, using your core to get there. We are ending where we started today. So wrapping up with Supta Matsyendrasana. Letting that left leg go long, right knee comes up 90 degrees, and then gently let that knee fall over to the left. And I want you to notice here what feels different. Maybe your hips are a little bit looser. Maybe your back's a little bit looser. Maybe your mind has calmed. Your thoughts have stopped racing. Maybe you know exactly where you need to prune, where exactly you need to put in your efforts to grow. One more breath. Inhale, coming back through center, going right over to the other side, letting that right leg go long. Inhale this left knee up, and exhale, let it fall over to the right. This left arm is out long. Again, noticing how your body felt before and how your body feels now. Yoga, while it is a physical activity and a physical experience, it's also a mental and emotional and spiritual experience as well. But our bodies have to be prepped to receiving that. Yoga is a way for us to fill our own cups up. We cannot help others unless we help ourselves first. And yoga gives us a way to do that, just that. Inhale, coming back through center. Taking the final posture of class, a back bend, before letting you take a little rest in Shavasana. Coming into a bound bridge pose. I think we've done bridge the last couple weeks. I don't know if it was week 1 or week 2, but either way, this isn't new. When you're ready, feet, heels come close to your seat. Hands plant at your sides. Inhale to prep. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, press into those feet. Hips go high, squeeze that seat. And if you're good here, yes. If you want a little bit more, see if you can grab those hands underneath your seat and then snuggle one shoulder under and then the other, really coming up onto those shoulders and pressing those hips to the sky. 3 breaths here. One more breath. Gently letting go of the bind. heels or seat coming down to the mat, letting those legs go long. And right here, start to find a comfortable place. Maybe taking any extra movement that you need to here, getting out any wiggles, any remaining tension, anything that feels uncomfortable, letting yourself let go of any distractions. And friends, while it's easy to say that the work has stopped, we've done all of the postures, we've done the breathing, your body might be a little bit warm. The work is in resting. The work is in slowing down. The work is in pruning. In order for us to emerge as our best selves, we need to know where to cut back, where to bring our energy in order for us to divert it to something else. Allow yourself to settle. And if you feel the urge to move, I encourage you to ask yourself, do I really need to? Is there anything else that is more important than resting? And the answer should be no. As busy, creative, multi-passionate women entrepreneurs, we don't rest enough. Give yourself the chance here to rest. Now I'm going to continue playing this. Okay, we're just gonna. I'm gonna continue to play this ambient sound here for a couple of minutes for you. You are more than welcome to stay. If you're ready to start moving, gentle movements here. Thank you so much for practicing with me today and showing up for yourself. The divine light in me sees, honors, respects, but most importantly loves the divine light in each and every one of you watching. Namaste. And just a quick reminder. And just a quick reminder that if you have not hit that subscribe button, I would love if you did that. That way you don't miss any new classes that come out. Also, if you want the resources that go with these classes for your business or the journal prompts that go with the theme for the month, those are all on my website, which is in the description. So I will see you next week and enjoy the rest of your week.